321で盗まれた私の恋心勝手に盗んだあなたは恋泥棒だあなたを探して3秒聞き慣れた笑い声に振り向いてあなたを見つけて2秒誰にも見えない口元がにやけてあなたと目が合う1秒その瞬間にいられたもう抜け出せないや恋の始まりの合図この胸の高鳴りはもう
Okay, listen, guys, don't hate the player, hate the game, okay? It makes sense, I promise. Sorry I haven't been posting. I was trying to post, actually recently downloaded Tumblr and started posting on there. Not, like anime fanfics, but, F쏘ɪṛ fanfics, and, like, I love Criminal Minds, and Lana Del Rey, so it kind of, like, mixes the two. Anyways, regardless, I've been studying for finals. I'm so sorry. I had an essay yesterday, I had to slip up, and I was going to record, but then I had to edit something on Tumblr. I'm so sorry. What was I saying? Yeah, also, I hear you guys for the Cᴇʀ괏 fic, I think I called it, like, Shadows in the Gymnasium. Anyways, I hear you guys for the part 2. I'm gonna try to write it this week, by the end of this week, and try to post it out this weekend. Anyways, thank you for watching me forever. I love you guys so much. So yeah, let's just start, okay? You paced back and forth, recalling everything you could. You had written up your report after you'd ended the call with Hawks over the phone. From now on, you'll be getting your orders directly from him. This was a big change. The biggest change you've had since moving out of the Todoroki house and into your own apartment. It meant nothing good. Nothing good ever came from change. You let out a frustrated sigh, storming back to your desk in the corner of your room and pulling the key you always wore around your neck off. The lock clicked easily and you slid open the door, just as simply. Your eyes roamed the stack of letters that had grown over the years. It almost frustrated you more that you knew it was impossible, and yet you still had some simmer of hope. You needed to crush it, but the only way you knew how was going back. You needed time away from work to do this, which would not likely be given to you. Your mind was in an unhealthy state as it consumed and dispersed different ideas. What does it mean? Was the question you were most afraid of. If it were him, what would it mean to you and every other person going forward? No one would see him as Toya because he wasn't Toya anymore. But you can't accept that fact. No, you're jumping to too many conclusions at once. Right now you need rest. Your brain has been running on pure want for over 2 hours. A breath escapes your lips as you shut the drawer and lock it, placing the key-made necklace around your neck once more. Take a few days. That's what Hawks had said. And yet you were restless. Yuna had messaged you a few times to see how you were doing, but the thing was, you had no clue. What did he mean by that? What were you expected to do now? Would you continue your regular patrols, or would you keep your liaison position? What now? It had been 2 days. Your world felt desolate. You stretch out on your bed, letting out a long whine. Your phone rings. Yes, you think, jumping up and snatching it from your side. It was Hawks. Hello? Liro? Yes, you reply, controlling the enthusiasm you had a second before picking up. What is it? I trust you've rested well. Hey, questions. Yes, I have. Thank you. Don't thank me just yet. Hey, chuckles. Here's the deal. He takes a moment to get serious. You have so many questions just waiting to be asked, but you don't know how to go about it. Listen, the only safe place to talk right now is somewhere secure, so I won't say anything now. I'm sending over a driver. We'll talk in person. Yes, sir. You pause, wondering if you should wear your hero uniform. Yes, he calls. If you want to ask something, make it quick. What do I wear? It was rather a dumb question, but you're glad you asked. Something casual. Pretend you're going on a walk. Something that won't draw too much attention. Understood. You clicked the red button right after, pulling your professional persona on. The driver Hawks had enlisted arrived 5 minutes later, on the dot of the time he called. There is nothing non-efficient about that bird. The car is small. You wear a white linen top and gray slacks. Your hair loose, though a hair tie stays on your wrist, in case the most crucial situation occurs and you do not have it. The second you step out of the car, your face contorts in confusion. What the hell? You murmured under your breath. Nᴜ greets you in the cutest way. You neglect your questions until you are safe in the confines of an office. Nᴜ, what's going on? You ask your former instructor. What is this place? That would be my fault. He nods, though I'm sure Keigo would have done the same, regardless. He shrugs, leaning forward to sip out of his teacup. Tea? Nᴜ? You draw out, your fingers curling at your side. Where is Hawks? Liro. A gruff but sultry voice comes from behind. It's time we finally meet in person. Officially, that is. Hawks leans against the doorframe, arms and legs crossed, body weight all on this side against the door. You take pause, analyzing all the information that can be attached to decide the best response. You settle for, what's going on? To use a tactic on allies you'd use against a villain isn't wrong, it's smart. You'd like to think Nᴜ agrees based on the amused noise he made right after your question. Straight to the point. Hawks chuckles, pulling the door closed behind him before walking further into the office. This is a construction site. He answers smoothly, it's not. You narrow your eyes. I'm not stupid, what is it really? A light-hearted sigh, then... I've been given the authority to use you however I see fit. Don't feel like explaining all that right now, but in regards to what this is, and what my purpose in bringing you here... He takes a breath, glancing at Nᴜ, then back at you. You're close with the Todoroki family, yeah? So what? It says here. Hawks cuts you off, rounding the desk where Nᴜ sits, running a hand down the document in front of the mouse. You lived with them from the age of 5? He tilts his head up, leaning over the desk. They raised you. Award ceremonies, family photos, funerals. Your breath hitches at that word. It's all been documented. You know what's not documented? Your life before that. Not a birth certificate, not the hospital where you were born, not a single parental signature. Now, I'm not in the field of interrogation, nor does it particularly concern me whether or not you have a traumatic backstory. What I care about is the anonymity you have. You turn to Nᴜ, hoping he'll offer somewhat of an explanation, but the stupid mouse sits back and sips his tea, turning away to watch an insect on the wall. Some loyalty. You glare at the back of his head, turning back to Hawks. What anonymity? You just said my entire life from the age of 5 has been documented. You state that your boss could irritate you more than you ever thought he could amazed you. Yes, I did say they were documented. He nods, but I did not say they were publicized. In fact, did you know Endeavor had a few things revoked from the media as soon as he caught wind of them? Your face scrunches up. It's a bit odd how much excitement this exudes from him. What does that even mean? It means you're a ghost. People know my face, you retort. No, they know Liro, the diffusion hero. They know your mask. So, what do you want me to do? You finally ask, frustrated, because how? How in the world could this possibly be of some significance? Hawks grins, eyes brightening. I thought you'd never ask. This is crazy. You huff. You shouldn't be here. You should be out on patrol. This messes with your entire schedule, and it's a drastic change. From your knowledge, the only people aware of your situation are Hawks, Nᴜ, Present Mike, and Shoto. There's no way Present Mike wouldn't recognize you, so he had to be let in on the mission. Shoto, well, that was a no-brainer. He knew your true identity. I know it's a lot, especially with recent events, but rest assured we are doing everything we possibly can to help Bakugo. With that said, please welcome Asuna Yuki, a new student of UA, and your new classmate. You mentally prepare yourself, throwing on a charming smile as you step through Aizawa's classroom doors. He's only 8 years older than you, the same age as Present Mike. Though you're sure this is his first year teaching, you would have definitely remembered if he taught here. What's more, he wouldn't be in the dark about the mission, your mission. Hi, everyone. You wave your hand, feeling awkward, playing a high school girl in front of your baby brother. You may be imagining it, but you swear he smirks a little. You fight the urge to glare and throw something at him. It's nice to meet you all. There are a few murmured hellos, but it's obvious as ever they are all dejected. Izuku, you notice, particularly so. He glares holes through your head for a minute straight, before deflating and turning his head toward the wall closest to him. You can't even blame anyone. You know what it must look like the school was replacing Bakugo, their peer, their friend. But this is for their own good. For some reason, the League of Villains keeps targeting this class, and specifically because your identity has been hidden from publicity, Enji even exempted you from participating in the sports festival because Ray insisted it wasn't safe. Your connection to the Todorokis and your build and youth made you the perfect candidate for going undercover as a student. Hawks joked it was as if you were served to them on a silver platter. You made sure he understood if he continued making those jokes, you'd have him on a silver platter. You were joking, of course. You much rather preferred cow to bird. Some part of you just wants to annoy him, and yet another part of you wants to make him proud. You cringe at the thought he'd make fun of you if he ever found out, so he couldn't. You sigh, letting go of thoughts on your boss for now, your mind drifting to Shoto. Now that you're acting as part of his class, you can keep a better eye on him, which will probably give Enji and Natsuo a bit of a relief. Fuyumi, however, might now be doubly worried. You and Shoto are both her younger siblings, and you are both in incredibly dangerous careers. Bless her heart. You'd keep him alive if not for yourself, for her. It did always seem to you as though she felt obligated to take over for Toya when he... She may still feel that way, but you've never asked her. You shake your head. Sleeping at night will be easier if something goes down at the dorms. Shoto will be a few feet away. Lunch comes, and the other students seem to ease up on your presence. Asuna. Shoto approaches, his eyes a mixture of a smug knowing and concern. He was briefed, but detail was kept on a need to know. And he did not eat lunch with me. The room grows silent as students filter out. You walk side by side with Shoto, grateful to not have to eat alone. It's odd how you can be roped right back into high school shyness within just a few hours. You're not eating with Izuku? You question quietly, glancing at the boy sitting with the other kids at a lengthy table. Whoa, you mumble. We didn't have this back when I was going here. Better keep that to yourself. Shoto smirks, though it's tiny. And to answer your earlier question, I think he needs time to process it. Bakugo being taken hostage and all that. You watch your brother with keen interest. You care about him almost as much as you hate Enji. Shoto snorts, leading you to the table with your new classmates. Don't be ridiculous. That score's unbeatable. Your smile meets your eyes. Being able to joke with him has been the best thing you could brag about, because he's so cold and aloof all the time, and you rarely got to see him growing up, and even now, you pride yourself on it. He won't even argue with Natsuo like that, and he only ever acts out with Fuyumi when it's about Enji. You should get to know them. He motions toward the group of people. You're not here just to protect me. You huff. Yeah, but... You look away, slight embarrassment showing on your cheeks. Okay. You puff out your chest. Fine. You sit down and begin a small conversation with Mina, the alien girl, about her hair. You'd been briefed on each of the students and their quirks. Everything was crucial, and you'd slightly wondered during the briefing if they meant for you to not protect these children, but to utilize them. After all, how can you protect these children all on your own? You'll do whatever it takes. That's how. So, Kyoko called, setting her box of milk down and leaning forward. Have you chosen a hero name yet? We were talking about ours earlier. She smirked to herself. You should hear... Then her smile froze and she looked away. The table went silent, but the tables around them kept on like normal, as if time had stopped for these kids, and these kids alone. We're going to get him back. You state, your voice as clear as it had ever been. Everyone, you eye the kids, a little distaste for their future written across your face. Everyone I know is working toward this goal. Bakugo's strong, don't forget that. Shoto pipes in, his voice quiet but firm. His classmates turn to him, quirked brows as if this is completely out of character for him. A few glance toward you, and then back at him, but the others kept their focus on him. nodding in agreement. Never did I think I'd hear you compliment Bakugo. Kirishima laughs, but I'm glad. It's just a fact. Shoto sips on his soup, avoiding eye contact. You watch your baby brother, half amused and half in awe. He's embarrassed, and that's why he's deflecting. It's truly adorable in your opinion. You assume Shoto must have a soft spot for Bakugo as well. I agree, you murmur, pulling a few eyes to you. It's not just his quirk or physical strength that's strong. It's his reserve, his mentality. That's why he'll be a great hero someday. He'll never lose hope. That's his strongest asset. Silence. Then, forgive me, but have you met Bakugo before? Izuku asks, a steady and readable expression on his face. Shit. Oh, no, you flush. I watched the sports festival. It was pretty easy to come to that conclusion when he refused the gold medal because he felt he didn't win or deserve it. He probably felt like it was a mockery to his person. You whisper the last bit, feeling sorry for the absent boy. Izuku murmurs after a while. I guess that makes sense. Bakugo is normally confident with reason to be. Kirishima amends. I never thought he could feel insecure like that. We all feel useless sometimes. Shoto frowns. It's normal psychology, you say. We're human. It's an inevitable feeling. But like I said before, you catch yourself noticing the mood turning down. Bakugo's reserve is his and his alone. Based on the information I have of him, it'll take a lot more for it to crumble. And I mean a lot. Thank you, Izuku suddenly says, standing. And welcome to Class 1A. You never thought a teenager's acceptance would make your heart fail, but you feel a lot better. You watch him walk away, just as the bell rings again. You roll your eyes, remembering exactly why graduating is your favorite memory of high school. The interruptions I got reading this, literally traumatizing, bruv. Literally bleeding traumatizing. Like, why can't people just leave me alone? Leave me alone. I don't want to hear notifications. I'm lying, of course. I was just texting my friend. And then there was the stomping upstairs and the cars outside. Like, bleeding hell, bro. Move on. Yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for listening. Yeah, I'm gonna try to write the Tɪҙᴛᴏධ part 2 fic, this week. What was I saying? Oh, and then publish it, like record it and publish it the weekend. Dang, I have like no memory. Anyways, yeah, probably not gonna put no music in the background because I'm lazy. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for listening. I love you guys all so much. Have an amazing evening, have an amazing morning, have an amazing afternoon, whenever you're listening to this. And I will see you guys when I see you guys. Thank you everyone again. Okay, bye-bye.